It's your ultimate news and current affairs program on television this morning on ITV, Thursday morning special edition. Now, I told you in the opening that scarcity of petrol is biting harder. And of course, access to the new NAIRA notes, it's something that is worrisome to every Nigerian. It has even gotten to the extent where some part of the country are currently trading with foreign currency. How did we get here? Well, I have some guests with me in the studio. We'll be looking at some of these issues together. And of course, on the other side, we'll be looking at the role civil society will be playing to ensure that we have a free, fair, and credible 2023 elections. From my immediate left is Comrade Onyechi Doris. She's a civil activist, and she's with us here live in the studio in Benin. Good morning, Comrade.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right, glad to have you. And of course, from my extreme left is Comrade Igubo Sarah. She's the chairman, National Youth Council of Nigeria, Edo State Chapter. She's live with us here. And of course, her first time here with us on TMI. Glad to have you, Sarah.
Same here. Good morning.
Okay, let's just start with our Comrade Doris. The NAIRA notes, the redesign, the cashless policy. Are Nigerians ready for this?
We have no choice. The redesign, according to them, the policy for the redesign is for the betterment of our economy. And from the analysis of the CBN governor, he said that it's long overdue. That is something that's supposed to be redesigned every 5-6 years. But it has taken 19 years for this process. So it's a good thing to have our currency redesigned. We have no choice. Ours is to make sure that they do the needful, they do the right thing, they come up with good strategies that the redesign, the new currency should be able to be in circulation. Yeah.
Okay, Comrade Sarah, PDP presidential candidates told federal government not to succumb to pressure. Do you think in any way the federal government is under any pressure in any guise as far as the redesign of the note is concerned?
I won't say that they are under any kind of perhaps it has more information that some of us, I mean, it was a former vice president, so he has more information.
And he has heard the economic sector too.
Yes, so yes, particularly that is just it. So he has more information than myself. And just to a bit digress into the question you asked, are Nigerians ready for it? We are ready for it, but the thing is, there are some loopholes that we're seeing that should be addressed. Now, we want a cashless society. Yes, we are ready for it. But when you are not saying, oh, there's a benchmark of 20,000 naira for you available, and then you are going now to now collect the 20,000 naira as against the amount you normally collect, and you can't even get that. A lot of persons now, they can't even have access to even 2,000 naira. If you go to this place, they'll tell you there's no cash available. On my way coming to this studio, I saw persons more than in large numbers standing, queuing behind ATM, even though it's not dispensing. These are the challenge. There are some loopholes that I think they should, adjust. And I think they like the CBN government. I think the extension is also good, so that people can also, paying the cash that is with them, but at least they should make this cash available for our people.
Okay.
Yes, we need this cash. They should make it available.
Okay. I know Comrade Doris is itching to actually contribute to that, but we'll quickly take a short break right now, and when we're back, we'll continue on the discussion. Don't go anywhere.
TMI, every opinion counts.
All right, while we went on that short break, we're being joined by Comrade Ogbidi Emmanuel. He's the president of the Network of Civil Society Organization of Nigeria. Comrade Ogbidi Emmanuel, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, and good morning, viewers.
And of course, congratulations on the successful outing you had recently.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay, now let's just keep it on you. The cashless policy has been a major talking point. How will it improve our economy as a nation, Comrade Ogbidi?
Okay, first of all, I will not fail to quickly appreciate the management of ITV for also being part of the success of our program. Back to your question. You see, we have always advocated that we build institutions that are bigger and stronger than individuals in this country. The genesis of Nigeria's problem, or the problems in Nigeria, is because over time, we have built very big and strong individuals. We have built very strong politicians who can decide, make and unmake men from their living rooms, who can influence decisions of institutions that are saddled with the responsibility of floating policies that can make our nation a better one. In this issue, in this very case, CBN is an institution that is saddled with the monetary policies, formulating monetary policies, controlling inflation, and also having great influence in our economy today. Now the CBN that have been entrusted with that policy, employed by taxpayers' money to do such job, has come out with a policy. And the policy is that the inflation in the country right now is as a result of too much money in the circulation, chasing very few goods and commodity, occasioned by scarcity of food, by insecurity all over the country. And by way of rolling out this policy, removing those funds from the circulation immediately crashed down inflation. It's a simple economy. And two, we have also identified that vote buying, which is the bane of electoral malpractice and the forceful delivery of leaders that does not reflect the will of the Nigerian people, is occasioned by vote buying and excess funds that you can't find in the vaults of our depositing banks.
But the CBN governor said, the CBN governor said some of this fund, they found their way back to.
I'm coming, sir. Yes, I'm going there. Funds that we can't find in the vaults of our deposit bank are in the houses, GP tanks, and even sock away of these big individuals that are bigger than banks and CBN. And now the policy to restrict the availability of NAIRA in the circulation was rolled out. My brother, I will tell you the truth that those of us who don't have monies to lose are very comfortable with this policy. But those people who wants to use money to buy votes in election, and those people who have stashed these funds over the years, and they have influence over the MDs, over the chairmen of various commercial banks, are using this commercial bank to frustrate the policies.
But it's eating hard on all Nigerians.
I want to tell you that 3 months is too much to wipe and exchange the funds in the society.
Okay.
If the commercial bank are not sabotaging the efforts of the CBN.
Okay, Comrade Obidi.
And in that light, I will tell you very clearly that the National House of Assembly, the House of Rep, they are not speaking the interest of Nigeria in this position. They are speaking for their personal interest.
Okay, I'll get back to you, Comrade Obidi. Let's come to Comrade Doris. Now, CBN has given extra 10 days. And of course, a grace period of another 7 days after the 10 days. We actually had 3 months before now to return the old NAIRA notes to the bank. Do you think Nigerians will still ask for extension?
You know that deadline policies and instructions in Nigeria is a big problem.
Okay.
We are talking about this deadline because we are informed and we are aware about what is going on.
Absolutely.
What about our brothers and sisters who are technically or systematically being cut off from the national grid, who does not really even know the trend, what we are talking about, the poorest of the poor, the villages, communities, where they don't have access to radio and television. And these persons deal with cash. They don't even have bank account. So what is their fate? This is the angle I am coming from. What should be their fate? So extending the deadline extra 10 days and grace of 7 days, as for me, is not that enough. According to our CBN chairman, the governor, he said that if you have a very cogent reason for you not to be able to return the money within the speculated time period that was given, it will still be accepted within additional 7 working days. Now, these are people. What is CBN doing to reach out to them? What is the National Orientation Agencies doing to reach out to this set of persons who are even in analog? They don't even have smartphones. Even this cashless policy we are talking about, they don't have smartphones. They've not operated it before. They don't even have network in their villages to start with. They don't have bank account. So what is the structure? What is the strategy being put in place to make sure that this set of persons are being captured to return to go and change their money, and as well to queue into what we are talking about, the cashless policy? I think that is the area we should be looking at for now, and challenge the CBN and the National Orientation Agency, even commercial banks. I think initially the essence of the money, is it POS services, should be to reach out to locals to make sure that they open a bank account, and to also reach out to make them be able to withdraw and pay in whenever they feel like. But it seems that the business has changed. It's no longer what they told us in the beginning. It's just a matter of even sending, if you have a relative now and you have a POS agent around you in your village, the POS agent will now give you his or her account number to send to your son or to your daughter in the town, to send in money so that she will give you and collect commission. But I think it should not be so. We are talking about financial inclusiveness and awareness, so that people can queue into what we are doing, so nobody will be left behind.
All right, now just to let you know that you can be part of this conversation, all you need to do is to download our ITV mobile app on your phone from the Google Play Store. Just download it on your device and you'll be good to go. Download the ITV mobile app. Then of course, like us, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, and of course on Twitter. Just follow all our pages, ITV Radio NG, and you are good to go to be part of this conversation. Meanwhile, you can also call the number 080-777-70300. This number will be displayed on the screen, so you can actually call in or send a text message to lend your voice to this caution. Now let's come to Comrade Egubo Sewa. Yesterday, I actually paid what I called unimaginable fee to get cash from POS. I was surprised. Now, this person happened to be my customer. There are times I don't need to go there. I can just send someone there and tell the person, this is the amount I need, and I will get it. But to my amazement, to withdraw 20,000 naira, I was asked to pay about 3,000 naira to 4,000. And she told me she's only helping me. Then I asked her this simple question. Is it that you are paying money to get this money? She said the money is not even available in the bank. That they are buying money now from people. Even the old Naira note is not available. And a friend of mine told me this morning, a colleague said he actually got 10,000 naira for 2,400 as at this morning. How did we get here? The lawmakers, are they, according to Comrade Ogbede, he said it's for their selfish interest. Do you agree with that?
For the lawmakers? Yes,
the lawmakers. They are actually clamoring.
Yes, they are clamoring for the extension. I think it's for their personal interest. That is my position on the matter. You see, like he said, I'm going to align with his submission.
Okay.
The cashless policy, it's beyond just Naira beautification. So let's us just forget, just beyond that, because some persons are talking about the design and all that. It's beyond that. This cashless policy, we like it. we are fine with it. Personally, I'm fine with it. I'm okay with it. But like I said, the loopholes that we're seeing, if you are telling us the benchmark of money that we can withdraw is 20,000, that amount of money should be available for us. Now, let's go back to what you just expressed, your grievance.
Personal experience.
Personal experience.
Yes.
Now, this is the problem that we have as Nigerians, as human beings, and I will say it categorically. We want things to change. But we, as individuals, are we ready for the change that we want? Okay. The government that we keep hammering on, government, we forget so soon that it is individuals that make up governments. It is individuals. When you want to contest as a governor, you are coming out as an individual, even under the party. You as a person, your character, you see ourselves now, okay, even with the money where we are having, we are not selling it. We are not using, when you want to take 10,000 naira now, people are now putting so much money just to sell. Even the new design currency, people are not selling it. And we say we want the country to change. And you just think the country is going to change just from at the top. No. Individually, we as a people, we must collectively play our roles. There is no, you are getting cash and then you are now using the fact that Nigerians are in this state. We are just trying to get used to the policy and we are using it to make even more money for yourself. That's greed. Okay. That's greed. So I think we need to start changing our orientation as a people. Things will not just start from the top. It has to start with us as individuals, collectively. And back to the cashless policy that we're talking about, like he said, which I have aligned that, they are just for their interests. Yes, we understand that there is an extension. Yes, we know. But why are they clamoring? Many of them are contesting. They are recontesting. Like there are some persons that have stashed money somewhere, waiting for election day. They will just bring out this money and start to buy votes and all that. That is the reason why a lot of them are like this. And I want to drag this to the previous question you asked me, if the federal government should not be under pressure as regards this policy.
That was what article.
Yes, they should not be under pressure because a whole lot of them are waiting to unleash. They want to take advantage of the poverty rate to now buy votes. That is what some of them are already banking on. So I think they are doing that for their own personal reason. However, they should look at the policies. They should look at the loopholes and try to cover up those loopholes. Okay, Comrade Obidi, some financial experts says that the cashless policy will help to cool the overheated economy of the country. Do you align with that? Yes, very correct. Very correct. The truth is this: the problem we are currently having now, associated with these current challenges, it's not as a result of awareness of the policy. Everybody in Nigeria is now aware that this currency is going to be outdated, will no longer be a legal tender after some time. The issue is availability. Okay. Now, the central bank regulates the commercial banks. I think the only place where the central bank is missing it is because it's the aspect where those who are sabotaging the effort of making this money available went a step ahead of them. For some time, Mefele was not in the country. There's supposed to be an immediate monitoring task force from the CBN that will monitor the commercial bank to ensure that from day one they roll out this policy, the new money is available, the dispensing of this money is monitored to the letters. But the CBN governor have deputy governors. Yes, they didn't do that until he came back, until this sabotaging effort of those who are sabotaging it begin to bite hard. Then that was when they released numbers and they began to come out. That was supposed to be the first thing they were supposed to do. Okay. You give bank A 1 billion, tell that bank in 1 week return 1 billion of old naira notes. Okay. In exchange of this new 1 billion notes that I have given to you. It's a matching order. And any bank that is not returning 1 billion in 1 week of old naira note is sanctioned, can be closed.
and even make available, like we are seeing in this current fuel scarcity. The government has just released lists, and it's already working, of petrol stations that have been supplied. CBN, tell us banks and branches that you have given XYZ new notes. Then we go there, they are paying us with old notes. Leave those ones for Nigerians, we will handle them. So that is where that was where they were missing it, and thank God they made that task force available. Nigerians, when you go to the bank, demand for the new note and insist that it's made available.
Even when it's not available,
those monies have been sold. How will new notes not be in our ATM and it's not in the banking hall? So and you can find it in black market.
Okay.
You can find it in parties. Those who are selling monies in parties. Who is selling it to them? Is it DPO of the airways or is it OBD? Okay. The answer is no. So this policies are, yes, like you said.
We have someone on the line. Let's just hear from him. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, tell us your name. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I want from Lagos State.
Lagos, what is your name?
My name is Wasi Yusuf.
All right, Wasi Yusuf, go ahead and talk to us.
Yeah, my name is Wasi Yusuf.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I wanted to comment on this issue. The last speaker, that comment beside you at your left side. I love you, man. God bless you, man. That gentleman that is talking about politician. Those are just these conflicts that they are talking. Sport and I is the TV commissioner. He started to be changing switch on this TV. We have government of sure money. We have so many of them. We have as company. They now talk to politicians. Now they will shout. You know them. You give them kudo so that they will change. We know them.
So, Wasim from Lagos, what is your position now? What's your submission quickly?
The people that are shouting on, everything politician. It's only politician start calling our money. The Mepele said, never bad governors. He wanted to contest president last year. He joined the race. It's only some people that are stopping. Why can't he do that policy after that time?
Okay.
He forgot to do that policy.
All right.
Because when to join the race, there's race.
Okay.
When he cannot join, the Nigeria shout, the people shouted on him. They shut him down. Now he came out with this policy. Yeah, my mother, I cannot give my mother money till yesterday.
All right, Wasil, thank you so much. Wasil, thank you. Wasil.
Let me tell you something.
Wasil, you have to wrap up now.
Let me tell you something. Why let me tell you something? Let me tell you something. At the bank, people are fighting their best here. It's not commercial bank. It's a lie. It's a liar.
Okay. All right, I'll let Wasil go. It seems Wasil have problem with the CBN policy and the government itself.
The truth is this. The truth is this. For persons who understand what this policy truly is, it is only the politicians, I will say it anywhere, who have intentions and their cronies who have intention to buy votes that will force this policy of reducing the cash in circulation. Because mind you, this is what the CBN is trying to do. If we have over 3 billion or amounts of old notes in circulation before, they are going to reduce it to about 1 point something. It is not the amount of old notes that was in the circulation before it is not the same amount of new notes that will find themselves into the circulation.
Okay.
They are going to encourage and going to move the aspect of cashless policy because the inflation that is biting hard today, apart from the cluelessness and incapacitation of our leaders at the national level, the money, the availability of NAIRA, the usurping of NAIRA, and the how would I put it, is part of the reasons why inflation is biting hard. And if you don't withdraw this money from the circulation, remember, monies were printed in this government. A government in this state cried bitterly in 2022 that money has been printed, that CBN was printing money, federal government was printing money to run a recurrent expenditure. When you print money in economy, it's supposed to go into capital expenditure. Those money don't find themselves into circulation. Those monies are part of what is causing inflation, and there's need to mop it.
All right, I'll come to you. I know Comrade Gubo said I want to react, but let's quickly come to Comrade Doris. Do you think in all this, Wasiu from Lagos said it's not just the politicians, even individuals, but do you think we have a presidential candidate, without mentioning names anyway? You're an activist. I'm very sure you don't have any party affiliation. So do we have any candidate, in your opinion, that have the capacity to take us out of this economy heat?
Nigeria have suffered for so long as a result of incapacitation of the leaders that we've wrongly voted into power for years. And it will take us hard work to come out of this mess. There are factors that determine a working economy, and that indicators they are missing in Nigeria. And I have tried to listen to manifesto of the different
political party
presidential candidates, and I have my reservations in the sense that I need a template that can bring us out of this mess that we find ourselves.
What kind of template?
And this template has to be geared towards activities, policies that will spur citizens to imbibe or to go into production. And production, I mean, is not the tertiary or the secondary aspect of production. We need to start from the scratch. We need a template where we can have a clear direction of how we can start from the primary sector to make sure that we boost our GDP. The inflation that we are talking about, controlling or printing or designing the NAIRA cannot be the aspects that will control this inflation. Today, as I speak with you, as at the last quarter, it was rated that we have hit 21.47% inflation rate. This is very alarming in the sense that we have neglected so much our primary sector of the economy. Controlling or redesigning the NAIRA can only make sure that we limit currencies in circulation. We limit the way Nigerians handle currency in huge amounts. But we need to encourage what we bring in that money. That is what I'm looking at whenever the presidential candidates speak. And again, my other reservation I have is this. None of them has a female deputy, or may I say, yes.
So are they biased now? Are they biased?
I think they are biased. They sidelined us. I am telling you my mind. I don't know about you. They sidelined us because the way the country is, you can remember when Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala was the Minister for Finance in this nation. You can attest to the fact that the economy then and now, they are not the same. So why I'm saying this is that you as a man, there are things that you can give a woman to handle. The state Nigeria is now needs a mother who can come in to make things happen, who can come in to jeer or to give us sense of direction.
Are you saying the men should just stay back?
Honestly, it's enough. We need to step into Asorok to change things. And it's my second reservation I just told you.
All right, let me quickly take this call. Hello, good morning. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here, yes.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Abia State. My name is Uche Akatobi.
Okay, Uche from Abia. Go ahead and talk to us.
Okay, good morning, sir.
Good morning. You're live on air. Go ahead, we're listening.
Okay. You see, I want to contribute to what you're saying. And I want to start by saying this. The comrade, the male comrade, OBD, right?
Ogbidi, Manuel Ogbidi.
Yeah. What we started the analysis is this area. Now look at the analysis. We all know what is happening in this country. We all know. Now, from what happened last year, CBN started saying all these things. Now it is the commercial banks that sabotage the effort of CBN. Unless you are a politician, it's only a politician that will kick against the cashless policy. Because what they have in mind is to buy quota, to buy votes. So going into cashless is not bad. Nigeria have gone into a lot of mess. We need something to come up.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is this: the policy that CBN say with is not bad. Nobody will take it, nobody will be against it unless you have a hidden agenda.
Okay, thank you, Uche.
What is giving us that?
Hello.
Nigeria has built an individual that sits in their room, in their power to control Nigeria.
Okay.
It's not good.
All right, thank you so much. That was Uche, all the way from Abia State. Now, let's come to Comrade Sarah. You were trying to react to what Comrade Ogudi said earlier.
Okay, not necessarily what he said,
Okay.
what the first caller was saying.
Okay, go ahead.
The thing is, for me personally, I think we are trying to put blame totally on politicians. Is it the politician that go and buy the stack of new NAIRA notes to be selling in parties? Is it the politician that is having a POS stand where they tell you to get this new NAIRA note, you are going to pay a very huge amount of money? And by the way, I heard the security agency is after some of them. Is it the politician? So when we start politicizing things too much, we should understand this idea of the reason why some persons want to have this money is because they want to buy votes. We should not underplay the part where people are actually paying money in bulk to kidnappers. And we're talking about insecurity. So we should not downplay the role this cashless policy is going to have on reducing the insecurity rates and just make it look like it's vote buying. So that is the part I wanted to quickly correct the impression. Let us also look at because they have spoken about the inflation, how it's going to reduce the inflation rate. But I need us to understand that it is not just about vote buying alone. Let us look at other areas, and it's not about politicians alone, them doing this because of vote buying. We as individuals that are also taking some decisions, we are not under the umbrella of politicians. So that's why I kept on insisting that we need to change our orientation as human beings, as Nigerians. We can't keep passing the blame. We as individuals, we need to change things by ourselves, collectively as a people. Okay. We can't keep blaming government, blaming politicians, while you, that is not a politician, you are buying money to sell, in parties and all that. So that was what I wanted to quickly chip in.
INEC chairman recently cried out and said that the shortage in fuel supply may hinder logistic flow on the election day. Should we expect a change or a postponement in the election?
Never.
We shouldn't.
Never. And it should not come with that. It should not even mention it. As a matter of fact, you see, we have, let me say, okay, we have about 20-something days to election.
Approximately 23 days.
Now, we have the major marketers, we have the independent marketers. Let me speak to INEC availability of whatsoever. There is need for INEC, as election is approaching, to approach the major marketers like NNPC. They have reserve for government institutions. It should not say that. That's a statement that can come from a neophyte, that availability of fuel might hinder the deployment, transportation of sensitive materials to various locations. That is something unheard of. That you shouldn't mention it. Okay? Now, it is his responsibility at this point in time to begin to make concrete logistic preparations and have a schedule of the drivers that you are going to use for 25th election. And from on the 20th, you already make arrangements of filling stations that they will go unhindered, without queue, and they will access fuel with maybe a letter that you will give them or the number plates that you will make available for the for those filling stations, and they will drive in straight and they will fill their tanks. That filling their tank will take them, take for example in Edo State, those who are to deploy materials to anywhere in Edo State, fill their tanks. It will take them to anywhere. So it amounts to proper and concrete arrangement. If we have 20 days, it's enough to wipe and to solve that problem. What the INEC should be telling us is that the fuel scarcity or the artificial fuel scarcity occasioned by some greedy marketers, by some greedy independent marketers and some fraudulent major marketers who are diverting fuel to them at different price, cannot, it should tell us that the artificial scarcity cannot affect the conduct of election. It shouldn't tell us that it may. Election on the 25th is a date with history. So there shouldn't be any change. There shouldn't be any change in the date. There cannot be change.
All right, let's see. We have a caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, quickly tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Lagos.
What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Yusuf Wasi.
Okay.
My name is Wasi. I'm coming from Lagos State.
Okay, Wasi, you called earlier, right?
Yeah.
Please quickly make your submission very brief.
I just want to talk about this INEC issue. You see, the guy said it should not. Hello?
I'm listening, we're listening.
I said, what about the commercial people that they are using? The people that they are using is not only government people. After they have distributed to the head office of INEC, what about the motor that are taking from commercial people? They can take 700, 600 people from commercial people. You have this petrol station, you be supplying them. But when I line up that I wanted to buy fuel, you tell me to go out because I wanted to do election. That me have been queue for about 6 hours. Then when the electoral meter come, he said that I should go out for electoral meter to buy fuel.
Okay, Wazir. All right, Wazir. It seems Wazir you have a personal riff with your submission, but that's on a lighter note.
No, I will not be surprised. You know, this is an election season.
That's on a lighter note.
A lot of politicians have their on-chats and supporters glued to every station, you know, to drive their opinions and all of that. But the truth is this: it is not correct that in any way, by any standard, the availability of fuel, as it is in the Edo State, from our engagement, we are very clear and obvious that in the next 1 week, the issue of scarcity will disappear. And somebody is telling us that the election that will come up 20-something days from now, the availability of PMS or whatever is going to affect it. It is something that Nigerians should reject. It is something that Nigerians should not accept.
Okay, Comrade Ogede. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, tell us your name, where you calling from.
My name is Michael from Ugulu.
Okay, go ahead and talk to us.
I want to contribute about this new NAIRA note.
Please make it very short and walk away from your television set.
Okay, you see, what I have to say is, the changing of NAIRA note is a very good, welcome idea, and it's going to help curb the inflation on the prices of food, commodities, and many things in Nigeria. But what I am trying to say is that, what is the CBN doing to make sure that the people that are in possession of this NAIRA note are circulating it, that you can access ATM machine and make your transaction and get the new NAIRA note according to the 20,000 NAIRA stipulation made available for the masses. Instead of transferring this money to the POS workers and tell the masses to go there and buy the same money with their own currency. When you go to the bank, the last 3 days I went to the bank, I spent more than 4 hours only to get to my phone. They told me there is no money in the counter, that they have only 700 naira. 700 naira.
Okay.
After one. So, what I'm saying, the changing of NAIRA note is very, very welcome idea.
Okay.
And the inflation price. But let government, let CBN make the money available
I'll take that as your final submission on the show. CBN should make the money available. Let's come to Comrade Doris. Now, a presidential candidate, specifically the APC presidential flag bearer, says that some power in government are actually trying to sabotage his efforts or his victory in the poll. And of course, the governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, came out to an extent what seems like agreeing to that statement that some power that be in the presidency are fighting the victory of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Do you agree with that?
I disagree with that. And who are those powers? He said he's the Jagaban. You get it? So I don't understand where well, some persons like to attack instead of defense, just to be on the safer side. Let me put it that way. Okay. And we should stop taking Nigeria for granted. The only reservation I have with the CBN governor was that he made a mistake to have attempted to contest. Someone with a sensitive office, just as what he's holding, should not dare that. He made majority of Nigerians to lose trust, to lose interest, and to disbelieve him. The policy he came up with, he was not the one who started it.
So contesting,
let us go back
contesting for presidency,
yes,
actually affected his integrity?
Let's go back to the origin of this policy. This policy started in 2012 by Sanusi Lamido, when he was the CBN governor. That was when he started this cashless policy. Governor Emefiele just have to key in to continue and to make sure that it's being implemented. The only issue I have as a person is that it is coming on a very delicate, or may I say sensitive period. Nigeria election is like when Africa is contesting an election. It is very sensitive to say, and to now combine it with the issue of cashless policy implementation now seems as if it's anti-masses, as if it is too harsh. But it's something that have started since 2012. So one man should not say that it's being targeted at him. If you know you have bullion vans of cash stacked in your house, please do us well to bring it out. We need cash in circulation. And I ask, I don't know why we think that we are the Lord in this nation. Every Nigerian has equal rights. I don't think there are persons who seem themselves to be above the law. If the law says what Emefiele is doing is within the ambience of the law, he did not just get up to just take up this policy on his own. Okay. Otherwise, he would have suffered it. Okay. But so one man should not just, we should stop politicizing everything in Nigeria, okay, and be serious. Okay, those old people should leave us alone.
Comrade Sarah.
Please.
Comrade Sarah, taking a clue from Osun State election, and of course the recent verdict by the court that upturned the victory of Deleke. Should we expect rigging in the forthcoming election? Will the beavers fail us, since it's a machine that is operated by humans?
Yes, of course, it's a machine that is operated by humans, but I don't think there will be room for rigging. That is why we are appealing to, particularly for me, I'm appealing to young people to come out to vote. When you come out to vote, there will not be room for things like that. There will not be room for things like that. And I'm particularly happy when I see the demographic that favors our young people. That tells you, like, we have this to our advantage to be able to influence the outcome of the election. So if our young people, if we are all coming out to say, yes, we want to vote, I mean, you don't even need anybody now to come and be telling you, come and vote. You don't need it. You are looking at the situation of things. That's enough for you to take that decision yourself. Anybody coming to tell you to come and vote, it means you as a person, you don't even know what you are doing. When you see the way things are going in the country, nobody needs to tell you, except you don't have the interest of a better Nigeria. You are not thinking about the future, and you are just thinking about now. So I don't think there will be room for rigging. We will not allow it. We will come out, mobilize in mass, come out and cast our votes. and stay there to defend. For me personally, particularly when I go and cast my vote, I stay to the night. In fact, in my presence, you will carry it. Some of us go as far as going to the local government. That is how passionate we've been right from time.
So Nigerians are prepared.
We are prepared. It is no longer business as usual now. Like I said earlier, when you see the demographic, look at the rate of young people within the age bracket
that showed interest.
That should tell you it is no longer business as usual. Okay. Because we are tired of the status quo. At what point, every time they tell us youths are the leaders of tomorrow. See, we are not leaders of tomorrow. Me, I'm the leader of today. That is yes.
Tomorrow is not coming.
Yes, because if the old people refuse to leave the scene, how do you want to now be the leader of tomorrow? We are the leader of today. We are coming to take charge, and I'm very happy that I'm seeing young people coming out to vow for positions, people that have built capacity over the years, credibility, and this is across party. It has nothing to do with just a certain politics. This is across party, and I'm very, very happy. And that is what I keep on telling young people out there: go and build capacity, so that you come out and take the center stage. There is no old person, sorry to say with due respect, there is no person above the youth age that is going to leave the scene for you. They are not going to leave. You have to build capacity, go into the arena and fight your way out.
Ogbidi Emmanuel, a hungry man can do anything for survival. Vote buying, is this something that we can just beat farewell in our politics?
It's going to be very difficult, but it's something that we will continue to fight and support policies that can eradicate such menace that is eating up the credibility of our electoral process. Having said that, these institutions that we are talking about, if not being influenced by powerful cabal, my brother, I will tell you, the money that we buy votes in my village, the monies that we buy votes in remote village, we first of all live somewhere at the federal level. It will move to the state. From the state, it will move to local government. From the local government, it will move to ward before it gets to a unit where the money eventually buys votes. EFCC, an institution that is set up by government, should track that money from the top. The money that you don't track at the federal level and you didn't track at the state level, you didn't track that money in the hands of cabals and big individuals at the local government level, why chasing ordinary Nigerians on the field of election that day? As a matter of fact, EFCC is not to be seen on the day of election. My brother with intelligence, let me ask you a question. Bullion van that will move money from point A to point B, who will escort it?
That's why you're here to talk to us.
Is it me and you?
That's why you're here to talk to us.
Is it not Nigeria police and security agency that will move such money? In UK, if you move £1,000 or £1 million, you don't hear it. If they see it with you, you answer questions. But our security agency will escort this money to various points A, point B. Where is intelligent gathering? Where is information sharing among security agencies? Police who escort bullion van to point A should tell EFCC at a day and time like this, such amount of money was moved from so bank to so politician's house. We don't know what the money is for. Please.
Do you have sincere police that can do that?
That is why we say if we have institutions that are bigger than individuals, if a policeman, some of these policemen are scared because they know if they share some of these informations, my brother, some of them will not survive the next day in that store. So just to add in the cabal, in the issue of cabal.
Let's just take this person. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
You must turn down the audio volume on your television set, please.
Yeah.
Have you done that?
I have done so.
You haven't. I'm still getting a call back.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I am Sonny, calling you from Oluko. I just want to contribute my own quota to the analyst there.
All right, quickly, Sonny.
Their courage and what they are doing there, they are really speaking my mind, most especially the Mr. Ogbidi is speaking what exactly I just want to throw some light on.
Quickly.
What I have to do with the vote by. If for instance, EFCC, the police agencies or the security agencies, as the case may be, they can be able to trace money to someone's account, why they cannot carry the bullion van that is being taken to someone's house and be stuck there, while other people who are looking for money outside, they cannot be able to use it. And come again, let us have to do with this very, very powerful by if somebody is very sincere, you don't have anything to offer to anybody for their conscience, to buy their conscience. And I'm also telling other people, if you want to vote your conscience, please, whatever they have to offer, you take it. Vote your conscience to make sure that Nigeria will come to the Eldorado that each and everybody has decided to be, want Nigeria to be.
All right, I'll take that as your submission. Sorry, we don't have luxury of time. Vote your conscience. Okay, Comrade Doris, are you affirming to what he said, or you have a different reaction to that?
Yes, I'm very happy, and I must tell you, I can attest to the fact that Nigerians are prepared to vote their conscience, and that was why I was laughing. Okay. This election is going to be it will create history, you get it, and it's not going to be business as usual. People are ready, people are willing to cast their vote. So irrespective of any amount of money you think you can offer. And now, if you stocked NAIRA before planning to use it to buy votes, now you agree that it has turned to vegetable in your house. So you cannot come that day and be giving people old NAIRA notes. And quote me that Nigerians now, after queuing to collect this PVC, I don't think even the 5,000 naira will worth it for you to sell your vote. Okay. So we are ready.
Okay, Igumbo Sarah, we've seen protests, street protests, for about 3 days now. So I don't know if it's still on as this morning, but for the past 3 days, we've seen street protests in the state capital, Benin City, to be precise, and some part of the country. But some people are saying that civil society organizations, some of them are being corrupt. Some of them are going after their own personal interests, that they are in unionism or activism because of what they will gain from people in power. Do you share in that light?
You use the word some, which is which I will agree with you. You know, you can't say all. We have very good comrades that are activists, that are genuine about change, that are genuine about, imparting, genuine about influencing.
I don't go for what they will
Yes,
gain.
they put their life out there. They put their life on the line. They are genuine ones. I know a whole lot of them, and I give them that regard. But we have catchivists amongst them. Catchivists, okay. That's what I call them. They are not activists.
Okay.
Those ones are there for me, myself, and what we are going to gain. They spur up issues like this so that they will call them to and bring them to the table where they sit down and engage and also benefit their share.
And cash out.
And cash out. That is it. That's why I use the word catchivists. But I have high regards for genuine comrades that are coming out there, that are putting themselves out in a line. And I don't want to mention them, but they are out there. So we should not mistake those that are genuine, those genuine activists from those catchivists. A whole lot of, many of them are catchivists, but we have activists. So I salute those civil society organizations, individuals that have come out to change things, that are out there. They put the people's interests first. Some of them, you can call them as late in the night, early in the morning, they will come out for you. This because they are people that are driven by, let's make an impact, let's do things differently. Let the people be our priority. And I salute them. A lot of them may not be getting so much from what they do, honestly speaking. But yes, in return, compared to what they put out there, I have high regards of them. Many of them are my friends. But those catchivists, yes, we will not dispute it.
This will be the last call we'll be taking on the show this morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, are you there? All right, we lost that call. Comrade Ogudi, what ways will the CSO partner with INEC to ensure we have free, fair, credible and violence-free election, as we begin to wrap up on the program this morning?
Yes. Before that, let me just quickly add to what the last question to my sister. You see, for some days, since last week, the issue of the build-up to the artificial scarcity and hoarding of fuel and all what have you.
So you're concurring that it's an artificial scarcity?
Yes, 100%, because we've had cause to engage the major players, okay, and even by way of sitting down on a round table between government officials, the major players and security agencies. And kudos to what do you call the CP, Edo State Command. Just yesterday, there are some marketers who were lifting fuel at the middle of the night because they don't want to sell to Nigeria. They want to go and sell to black market, and they were apprehended already. These are some of the results our engagement as civil society has yielded. And also, it led to government's immediate intervention on the need to set up a monitoring committee that will first of all, one, make available the schedules of PMS that is entering Edo State, and to what filling stations those PMS have been sent to. If those schedules are made available, Nigerians and Edo people will go there and let the owners of those filling stations tell us that they will not sell fuel when we know that the fuel is available in underground there, and we know the amount that it came from, that it came with, the cost price that it came with. And our eyes are also on those major marketers who will buy from NNPC. Instead of taking it to their station to sell at normal price, they will inflate the price and sell to independent marketer who will in turn inflate the price again. And that is why you are seeing 500 and 700 in the public today. And our eyes are now on them. We have told the public to calm down. Haven't started that protest. We have is yielding result. Let's calm down and let's watch the result of our engagement and see how things are going. And thank God the protest is off the street, and we are now looking at the outcome of this engagement. And if there is no positive change, if there is no transformation from the status quo, then we will also appraise the issue and know what to do from there again.
Thank you
now,
so much,
civil society. You ask a question. Yes, let me round up.
We don't have lots of time. I know you have a lot to say as far as that is concerned. I will try to create another time on the show so we can deal with this independently. Is it okay?
Thank you.
All right. So let's just say quickly final take, 20 seconds. Final take from you. Final take.
Okay. A lot to say, but I would say that this period, the civil society organizations have a lot to do in terms of engaging with the INEC in election observation, engaging with the government to make sure that we have availability of fuel, and they should be able to tackle the problem, the source of this fuel scarcity, because we cannot afford to continue like this.
Okay,
Comrade
Sarah, final take.
Very brief. Youths, vote your conscience. Vote and not fight. No blood of any Edo youth is worth the political aspiration of any politicians. Let us come out on that day and exercise our rights. Vote and do not fight. Refuse to be used as a thug on election day. May God bless us all.
All right, thank you so much, Comrade Emmanuel. We are so grateful.
We will continue to sensitize Nigerians and mobilize them so that we will not miss it in this 2023 election. We must enthrone good governance and we must enthrone good leadership.
All right, nice having you, Comrade Emmanuel Obidi, and of course, Igubon Sarah.
Thank you, sir.
And Onyechi Doris. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. We would like to expand this discussion. We actually took our time to look at some of the major burning issues as far as first scarcity and the NAIRA redesign is concerned. We actually dwelt more on that, but subsequently we'll be looking at some of the roles the CSO will be playing in the forthcoming election. Ejene Humose Daniel is my name. Do have yourself a fantastic new month. And of course, on behalf of all the entire crew members, thank you for joining us. Goodbye.